Well, here we are again. This is a new place. It's a Hoogengraven near Ommen. And on my right side is the N36 motorway, very close to a roundabout. That bit of the road was actually built like a decade ago, somewhere around 2009, 2010 it was completed. And yeah, this forest is also quite close to the Oldemeyer, but it's slightly more to the west of it. And this is the second time that I've been in this forest, and kind of the first time I'm filming it. Yeah, it's quite big also, with lots of parallel lanes. And well, it's somewhat easy to get lost, although I hope I don't. But a lot of lanes are kind of parallel like this. And the road towards it was kind of muddy. But in the previous time that I've been here, which was in the summer, I've seen those large sand dunes and those sort of things, which look really interesting. But they are more in the center of the area. And now I'm really at the outside perimeter. I think I'm quite far away from it actually, unless I go to the left somewhere. Yeah, this forest is pretty quiet now. Not many people, and it's still the Christmas vacation. It is now the 6th of January. So I would say, let's check this out. This path here is super muddy. Also, it has been freezing at night. That's also a thing. A few days ago, at New Year's Day when I was at the Oldemeyer, it was very warm. It was like 13 to 14 degrees. It was really warm. But yeah, you could pretty much just well, wear something quite different than today. Because then just a soft shell jacket with a vest was warm enough. But now I have to wear like a proper winter jacket again. Because, well, it's now just a few degrees above zero. In the morning it was still freezing, about, well, exactly at freezing point basically. And now it's maybe 3 degrees. I actually had to scrape the frost off my car's windscreen, even on the inside, because it's an old car, so it also freezes on the inside. But yeah, this forest has a lot of parallel lanes. It means you could kind of get lost easily, but on the other hand also not, because there's always a way back. So last time that I've been here was, well, a few months ago. It was probably in September, if I remember correctly. And now it's January. Here's also one of the other roads that kind of cross. Everything is kind of laid out as a grid, so it seems. There are some young trees over there. It seems like they've just been planted. They're not particularly old, but just little stubs. So this kind of looks like a production forest. In other areas it seems more natural. I can definitely hear various birds. Even some bird is knocking. So yeah, that sand dune area, it's somewhere here, but I don't really have a map. So I've pretty much walked the entire distance of the forest from the Hessenweg Oost all the way till the end. Or actually it's the other way around. Yeah, I already get confused. But if you go there, you can go back to the Hessenweg Oost if you go right Yeah, everything looks similar here. It's just hard to say where I am really. I'm not sure if I can find those sand dunes again. But if you look on Google Maps you can spot them quite easily. Yeah, this place is really quiet. So far I've only seen one other person who was riding on an ATV. There's also a natural cemetery in this area, and it used to be like some sort of duck farm. Last time that I've been here I spoke to an elderly couple who know this place really well, and they informed me about various things here, so that was interesting. And yeah, there was once a very huge duck farm somewhere closer to Ommen, and it closed down, and now they made it into a cemetery. Certain parts of this area are very muddy, especially the bit of the Hessenweg Oost, from the pretty much from where I parked. It was all muddy. I think we're getting close to the sand dunes. Ooh, where the hell are we? Oh, hey, the sand dunes are there. By the looks of it. Yeah, that's some other place. Dang, it's so confusing here. Because everything looks the same. So I think I'm going straight to the sand dunes. At least I see something like that in the distance. It's just one of those really weird places in a forest that otherwise looks all alike. Well, in the meantime, since the last video in the Oldemeyer, I've also worked further on my Coeverderweg FM patches that I've transferred from the original factory ones. And it seems like that the Volca FM has some bugs in its sysax transfer when it receives data. At least when you transfer an individual patch, some parameters don't transfer properly, causing problems. However, if I use DexZ, which is an open source DX7 clone, then the transfer works properly if I transfer an entire synth bank. So yeah, that's interesting why those bugs are there. It's just a bit annoying. So suddenly the scenery kind of changes a bit. This is, well, a sand dune area. It seems like it was a lot closer to the perimeter of the forest than I thought. I thought it was more in the center. So, sand dunes, or what kind of looks like it. There's even a bench here, but it's kind of wet. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to walk through it. I did it in summer, although the soil is somewhat hard because it has been freezing. That's interesting. Very curious claw marks. Wonder what kind of animal that could have been. Maybe it's a wolf. Because in the east of the Netherlands the wolves are kind of returning. And when there's a wolf, there's also a raven bird nearby. Those two creatures, they go hand in hand. They have mutual benefits to each other. Because it's been said that raven birds kind of lure wolves towards game. And the wolf can, let's say, eat a deer, and then the raven comes back when the wolf is finished to pick up the leftovers. So there's another interesting tree, which isn't very high. So let's go back and well, call it a day, because well, I don't really have much more to show you here. A lot of it is all pretty much the same, and I haven't explored enough of this forest yet to know where other interesting things are. So there you have it. That was a sort of short impression of the Hoogengraven. I know it's not everything here. There's probably a lot more, but more than I can explore for now. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.